Hello viewers, welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Toyosi Phillips. A few weeks ago, we got emails from students in Russia, Nigerian students in Russia, who have basically been abandoned by the federal government. They're a part of a scheme called the Bilateral Educational Agreement Program, where students from Nigeria go to other countries of the world like Russia and school to get a degree basically. So joining me now from Russia is the Speaker, Students' House of Representatives, Association of Nigerian Scholarship Students of Russia, Oladapo Tolulope Omoyele. Welcome to the show, Tolulope.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
And also joining me is Ndaks Jonah. He's the city representative from Volgograd. Welcome to the show, Ndaks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me on the show. So I'll start with you, Tolulope. Can you explain what the BEA agreement is?
Okay. The Bilateral Education Agreement is a scholarship scheme that started about 30, 40 years ago. It's a kind of agreement between two countries whereby students are selected based on their excellent academic performances, of which the university, the country offering the scholarship get to pay the tuition. And our government, the Nigerian government, pays a monthly stipend for their output.
Okay, so you were basically selected on merit.
On merit, exactly.
Okay, and that goes for you as well, Leonard.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same scheme. Okay, so now you leave Nigeria, you go to Russia, right, for college?
Yes.
Yeah, for a master's degree, and then for a bachelor's degree, and then master's degree.
Okay, so I'll ask you now, Leonard, you're on a student visa. Are you allowed to work in Russia?
Right now, working is possible only if you can get a job. When you get a job, you then apply for work permit, which when you go for the job, they ask you to go get work permit. And then when you go for the work permit, they ask you to go get a job.
Oh, okay. So, yes, there's some miscommunication, I guess, between the two departments.
Yes, and then being on federal government scholarship, we are not allowed to work. That is why we are being paid. So we don't get to work. So we focus fully on our academics.
Okay. So I'll ask you, Tolu, when was the last time you received your monthly allowance from the government?
Well, the last time we received our monthly allowance was last year, December. So that is, I'm basically saying we've not been paid anything this year.
Wow, and have you tried to contact the government?
Well, the only link we have is the Federal Scholarship Board, Abuja, and the embassy. So we've tried all communication possible. We spoke through the president of the association with the scholarship board, and the excuse has always been the same. Like, okay, it used to be, the budget hasn't been signed. Then later when
I think we lost them. We'll try to get them back. Okay, Tolulope, you were explaining that the last time you received anything from the government was last December.
Exactly.
Okay, and since then you've tried to reach the government board?
Yeah, we spoke with the Federal Scholarship Board, Abuja, and then they told us, as of last week, there's still no money to pay us, even though the budget has been signed. That was like 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so Leonard, your tuition, is that covered?
I don't get the question.
So your tuition, has that been paid? What exactly is the government supposed to provide monthly?
The government is supposed to provide monthly tuition for us so we can maintain ourselves, so we are able to pay for our hostel fees, so we're able to feed and then pay transport fees to school.
So I think he meant stipend there, not tuition.
Okay, exactly, stipend. So the tuition has been paid. You just need monthly allowance for like your rent
No,
And
no tuition yet. We have not gotten anything at all from the government this year.
And sorry for interrupting. The Russian government always ensure that they keep their part of the agreement. They always pay our tuition on time. There has never been a delay with the tuition.
Okay, so now that you have this platform, what would you like the government to know?
Okay. We would like to call the government attention to the challenges that we are facing right now, because there are a lot of students who are suffering. Not being paid for over 7 months is a big challenge. As we all know, like Russia is a very harsh country to live in. And we have students there who can't afford to eat, and yet we are expected to study well, to be of good behavior, of which we are. We have students who have graduated and whose visa will be expiring this month ending. And we all know what's going to happen if these students overstay their visa. They're going to be in prison until they're able to sort themselves out. They're not even going to be deported immediately. They will be in prison for a while they sort themselves out. So we are appealing to the government to come to our aid. They should keep the agreement. They should keep to the agreement.
Okay, thank you. And Leonard, what would you like to say?
I would like the government to be more focused on students who have been sent outside the country to study, because there are times when we get paid, right? I'm sorry, when we don't get paid, but the money is released early. There are times by May, they tell us the money has been released, but by July, we have still not gotten this money. The government, all they do is release the money. They don't care when and how it gets to us. We just have to protest and do all sorts of things. Last year, the same thing happened. In fact, each year it keeps happening. I came to this country 6 years ago. Then we were paid at the end of April. And then every year it keeps getting bad. Okay, we were paid April, the next year May, the next year June, like that. It keeps going further, right? Last year, somewhere around May or June, we were told the cash was released. We made calls and made calls. No one answered us. They told us they didn't know where our cash was. And at the end, we decided to protest. We went to the embassy, we protested, and the next day we got paid. That means the government just released cash without knowing if the cash has gotten to us or not, which is very bad. They sent us here. They are supposed to make sure we are taken care of. They are supposed to pay more attention, because we are here as Nigerians, and we are making them proud here. So I feel the government should pay us more attention and not just ignore us just because they've given us money or something.
Okay.
Sorry, can I still come in?
Yes, Tolulope.
So like in light of this, we are demanding that our stipends be released immediately, and that a structure also be established to ensure prompt and timely payment of our allowances.
Okay, thank you very much for being a part of the show.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yes, and this is calling on the Federal Board of Scholarship, the people in charge of these students in Russia. It will be expected that you do as you have said you will do. These children have been sent overseas and they are representatives of Nigeria. So please reach out to them and pay their monthly stipend and their tuition. This is Sahara TV. We'll be back after the break.